My job first here at Ultimate USA is to plan all the weddings, mostly, and I started 9 months ago, and it's been a dream job for me. I always say to my friends, you know, some people are addicted to black licorice, some people are addicted to music, I'm addicted to weddings. Normally what I do, as soon as we get in a booking for a wedding, I will call the bride, speak to her, and ask her what her vision is for the day. And then from there we'll take it from flowers to her dress, we'll talk about locations, and then we'll talk about the best part, the food. So we'll go through the whole entire day, step by step, what she wants, how she wanted to make it unique, and then we'll just work from there. Corinna and Rob, for their wedding, they wanted something special and unique for their entire family to enjoy. So what they did, they first went on a color palette, and they decided that reds and blacks were going to be their signature colors. So we just took that and ran with it. With their flowers, with her dress, with her hair, with her makeup, everything reflected those colors. So you really got a sense of a theme throughout the wedding. And then of course her guests, as a option, also opted to wear those items as well, the reds and the blacks and the whites. So it really was a cohesive unit with her. So throughout the whole entire planning, she's been wonderful. We had a great time deciding where we're going to have her reception, and she wanted to keep that an absolute secret from her guests. So it was all hush-hush until an hour before we had to go.
What we've done, we've planned an evening dinner boat cruise on the Hudson for everyone that they're sort of not really aware of, so it'd be a good opportunity for a nice dinner together and a bit of sightseeing for people as well.
So they had a lovely dinner cruise around the harbor, and it was just a magical way to end their night.
Yeah, we thought it was something that people wouldn't normally do if you came. You wouldn't realise you could do that, and we thought, you know, it'd be really nice and really different, so we just kept it really secret, not told anybody.
We just thought that New York would be somewhere a bit different, really. We've been to New York before, really enjoyed the city, and just thought it'd be a good opportunity. We've brought a few family over with us, good opportunity for them to sort of come see the city and share in, you know, our big day.
It's where we got engaged as well. We came for New Year 2.5 years ago, and Rob proposed in Times Square at midnight, so we just thought it'd be nice to come back.
I think for me a New York wedding should be the moment you land at JFK to be picked up by one of our stretch limousines, champagne on the way to the hotel. You're met by a coordinator who will check you in.
Welcome to New York, you guys. Are you excited?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Good, good. Did you have a safe flight?
Yeah, it was okay, yeah.
Good, good, good. So I just want to go over the process today, what we're going to be doing. So right after we're finished here, we're going to take the subway and we're going to go down to City Clerk's office. Yeah. We're going to fill out your forms, and then after that, you're going to get your license. So it's a very quick process for you guys. Do you have your passports with you?
Yep, I've got them here.
Perfect, that's good. Making sure. We need that to get in. Yeah. Perfect. And then I just want to go over a packet that I have for you guys. So this here is for your guests, if you want to hand that to all of them. And basically it just tells them where your ceremony is going to be and what location to meet me at, and what time to leave their hotel. So tell them all to leave at 2:30.
Okay, yeah,
perfect.
That's fine, yeah.
And then this insert here is just where you're going to be having your wedding reception, and boarding starts at 6:30.
Okay, brilliant.
That's good? Perfect. It's the quickest way.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially all the way downtown where we're going.
Yeah.
It's very quick.
We're down there yesterday.
Oh, you did? Did you see the waterfalls?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Oh, I know. Aren't they amazing?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Most of my friends, like my university friends, will come out. They're here and they just love it. They can't believe. They think it's just an amazing place to come to, yeah. We're here today to get our wedding license from City Hall. I'm a bit nervous because I'm not really sure what to expect because obviously we've not done it before.
It usually takes about 1 hour and 15 minutes. And really, you know, it's so simple because all they need are their passports, which we know they have, and birth certificates. And once they visit City Clerk once, everything's done and we handle all the rest.
I assume they just need to see our ID, and I assume there's just some paperwork to fill in, just to have everything looked at, I suppose. suppose. I don't really know what to expect.
I think the biggest worry is, and I can relate to it, I'm a world traveler, is you want to plan your wedding, you want it to be perfect, you're communicating with somebody via the internet, and you don't really know them, even though we're 24 hours a day and we don't mind phone calls once you sign on with us, but you want to make sure it's perfect.
We did think it would take a fair bit of organising, really. I mean, again, you're sort of having to deal with a country that you're unsure of the systems that they used, you know, for marriage. But again, we've used the services of the wedding planner, and absolutely fantastic. She's, you know, everything that has been explained really well to us, made it such a simple process.
It's very simple getting married in New York. They'll go into the building, they're with one of our escorts the whole time, we'll move them from queue to queue, we cover all the marriage license fees, and it's done. After the wedding, they'll sign off on all the paperwork, we will hand deliver the marriage license, make a copy of course, and the city clerk's office will post it directly to the couple in the UK. Normally takes no more than 6 weeks to receive it.
It's quite exciting now. Now it's very official now.
It means a lot. It's amazing. I think nowadays people get married abroad and they just assume you get married on the beach, but you know, it's really nice to say, we're getting married in New York. You know, it's an amazing place, it's an amazing atmosphere, and as we said, it's really nice to bring our family across. You know, like your dad has never been on a plane, never been abroad before, and the first place he's come is New York, so it means a lot to be here, yeah.
This is one of the premier wedding locations, not the premier would be the Empire State Building, but you can imagine having an intimate ceremony here, the pier on the East River overlooking Manhattan, especially at sunset, with the River Cafe right next door, so we go for a celebration dinner. You know, a lot of our wedding packages have been dictated to us by bride and grooms. They've been coming over, they say, oh, I want to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and this is something we put together that's quite a unique niche to the market. For us, it's intimacy, because we want them to feel as though they're not having a wedding in public, and sometimes you are in public places like Central Park and here on the Brooklyn Bridge. But I think that it's more about a view of New York, the romance of New York City.
I think we may be trying to meet up with my mum, maybe. She said about going for a drink or something. I don't know where they've gone sightseeing. I think they've gone to Central Park today. And then later in the evening, I think we're going to try and get everybody together for like a last supper kind of thing. And an early night.
Hello and welcome to Ultimate USA Weddings. You're actually in the Empire State Building, which is the tallest building in New York, 102 floors. It was designed in 1929 and completed in 1931. We're on the 55th floor of our Ultimate USA Wedding Suite. We're the only wedding planners in the building. We have the most gorgeous views, which I cannot contain and have to show you, but just to show you a few touches, the moment the bride and groom arrive, we bring out the fresh lilies, light the candles, and we will dim the lights. And if you follow me, I'm going to take you right into the wedding suite. So here we are in the Ultimate USA Wedding Suite. You're 55 floors above the sweeping streets of New York City. The views are panoramic. You've got the Chrysler Building, Rockefeller Center, Central Park. Over to the right, you'll see Queens, the East River. Sunset here is my favorite time. I love working late. So usually at sunset, you'll find me here, quite possibly with a glass of champagne, reflecting on my day, how many weddings we did, how many we have tomorrow, which flowers need to be picked up, do I need to go meet a bride tomorrow morning, does someone's wedding dress need to be taken care of? Not mine, of course, but that's the kind of things. The room specifically was designed when we took over the space. We signed a very long lease and we took over the space. It was a complete shell. So I had my brother, who is a set decorator, he asked me what I wanted, and I said I wanted a timeless suite that you would see at the Waldorf Astoria. So we pretty much copied one of their suites there, and the Park Avenue suites, and we wanted to make the room feel like 2 people would feel comfortable, and the maximum amount, 40 people, would also feel comfortable. So as you can tell, we had these banquettes built into the wall, and they totally work for us. They look completely minimal, and yet they can seat up to 40 people. I'm also a believer in feng shui, so the room was feng shuied because I want everything to last, especially the marriage. I love Tavern on the Green, and I love the lights of New York City, and I thought we need to really duplicate that in this suite. So we took out their lights and we put our Christmas type white lights, and we sheared the entire ceiling. This is where the couple would normally sign their license. They'll sit down here, they'll sign their license, and they'll make it truly official. We love to get that on photographs and in video with the backdrop of the Chrysler Building in this beautiful suite at the Empire State Building. We keep the windows extremely clean because I want every view, every shot to be there. When the bride will come in, we'll normally keep the groom here. The bride will come in, we will have her wedding cake out, a couple of glasses of champagne, depending on how many people are here. We'll have the ceremony just here in front of the kind of non-denominational altar area. Sometimes we call it a huppah, sometimes we call it an altar. And we have our bride come down a procession. I've actually had brides ask me for runners, and we have one just designed for a wedding next week. It's quite beautiful. So anything we can tailor make to make it more intimate. The only thing we don't like to do is to have a lot of candles in this room. It is a bit of a fire hazard, but we feel with the lights, it's fireproof, and we love the way it looks at night. And you can see right now my favorite building, and everyone in New York's, the Chrysler Building. It's the true Art Deco building, sister building to the Empire State Building there. The lights make New York completely sparkle.
Come to New York to get married. We chose New York because this was the first holiday that we had here together 9 years ago, and we just think it's a fantastic city.
It's really exciting. I've got a ceremony in about half an hour. We've got John and Hazel coming to the Empire State Building to get married in our beautiful suite here, and I'm very excited about it.
I think we probably didn't want a big wedding, and therefore there wasn't much likelihood of any of our friends or relatives coming across here, so we could do it together, just the 2 of us with a couple of friends.
I think we really wanted to be quite quiet, and now this is all happening, which is not so quiet.
So for Hazel and John, again, another small intimate wedding that they wanted to create for just the 2 of them. So they have only invited 2 guests, and what they're going to be doing is having their ceremony at the Empire State Building, overlooking the Chrysler Building, Bryant Park, just with fantastic views.
I believe it's a lovely room on, I think, the 55th floor, or 56th, not sure, 55th, 56th. And Michelle, who's our coordinator, has organised everything for us.
The bride decided to go very simple for this wedding, so we did a simple flower arrangement for her with yellow roses, and all her guests will have yellow buttonholes as well.
We've been in touch with Michelle for several months, and by way of telephone and email, we've been able to choose everything about our wedding, down to the flowers. Our restaurant's been booked for us. We're going to the View at Marriott Marquis, and that's all been booked for us with a window seat, which has been arranged. So basically everything, all the worries have been taken out of it for us. We just arrived and we'll just turn up tomorrow, and the details all been taken care of. You can choose anything from cakes to bagpipers to whatever, and that's all arranged for you.
And then the showstopper at her end of her night, she has decided to go to a restaurant that revolves around Times Square. So it should be very nice for them to get those New York City lights.
There's a wedding officiant who's going to marry us, I think.
I'm the officiant. I perform the wedding ceremony. It's very exciting. It's a happy occasion. I love doing it. And we personalise the ceremony. I have information which the couples send over to us. We incorporate their little quirks and funny instances into the ceremony. It's not very formal, it's not rigid. We make them feel very relaxed here.
We did think about doing it ourselves, and we're so glad we didn't now because it's all been so smooth. We've had no worries at all. We're really relaxed, and
she's been in touch with us by phone and email, you know, in the lead up to the wedding. So it's been really good.
We've been in touch with her since I think April, and today was the first day we met her, which was fantastic. But she feels like an old friend because we've been so much in touch. Well, originally we thought we would get married in City Hall. That was our first choice, and then we were told that the weddings there are just pitch and go. So Michelle explained that to us and what the Empire State Building would be like, and we thought, yeah, that sounds lovely. And whilst you could get married in Central Park, there's parks everywhere, but there's no other Empire State Building. We just wanted to have really close friends with us. So 2 of our oldest friends are coming, and we just wanted to be really intimate and that close, and that's it.
Yeah. We've known Val and Willie for 20 odd years, so we're really looking forward to having them join our special day.
It's just fantastic. It's a dream come true.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we're looking forward to getting married, but to get married in New York's just the icing in the cake.
This is only 55th.
A very warm welcome to you both and to your friends and family. We've come together to witness the marriage of John and Hazel and to share in their joy. You chose New York to be married because this is a city which is very special in your hearts, and it's the first holiday you both share together. Marriage to you is a demonstration of a lifelong commitment to each other. It's an affirmation that you, John, and you, Hazel, have become a single entity, one in which the whole world can see your love and happiness. The words you use to best describe your relationship are loving, caring, and tempestuous.
It was lovely. I couldn't stop crying. It's just lovely. It's really nice. It's nice to hear what they were saying about each other, because that is them. That is just what they're like.
John, you said that you admire Hazel's patience, her sense of humour, and her kookiness, her love and understanding. You couldn't imagine being without her. Therefore, John, are you ready to enter into this marriage, believing that the love you share and your faith in each other will endure all things?
The service was lovely. Yeah, it was lovely. Again, I was struggling to hold it together, but no, it was really nice. It felt very personal and intimate, and it was lovely. And I just feel as if everybody here is real friends of ours. And especially having Val and Willie here as well. It was lovely.
Hazel, you said with John you feel comfortable and safe. He makes you laugh and is so kind. When you're together, it feels that all is right in the world. Therefore, Hazel, are you ready to enter into this marriage, believing the love you share and your faith in each other will endure all things?
Well, I've known Hazel for 30 years coming on, and John about 9 years, John? Yeah. And we were delighted when we heard they were coming to New York. We just had to come and see them, just had to.
The pledges you'll now repeat are a statement of your present intent and your future commitment to each other. John, I'm going to do short sentences if you repeat after me. Hazel, I choose you to be my wife.
Hazel, I choose you to be my wife.
I promise freely. From this day forward, you shall never walk alone. I promise to love you every day. And will always be there to protect you. I promise to be devoted to you. And to respect you. Through all the days of our lives.
Just when we drew up in the car and people were standing there and people shouting congratulations, that was fabulous.
And then when we come up to the 55th floor and saw the room and the view, it was just fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
So may these vows and this marriage be blessed. May your love grow stronger and deeper with each passing year. May this marriage be full of laughter, a seal of happiness here and hereafter. May this marriage be full of compassion, rich in trust and deep in understanding. May you live together in health, harmony, peace and happiness. John and Hazel, you've pledged your love and commitment to one another with the exchange of rings and vows. It's therefore my very great pleasure, in accordance with the City of New York, that I can now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. There. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Do you really want to know what happened to me this morning? I don't think it will be something you want to show on television. What happened to me this morning was I discovered, after Val and I went down to Macy's and we had our makeup done and we came back up at 11:45, we were getting picked up at 12:30, and at 12 o'clock I discovered that I've left all my wedding underwear at home. And my wedding tiara for my hair, I know I brought with me and I put somewhere safe, and then I've lost it.
For John and Hazel's wedding, there was just a little bit of a hiccup that went on. Hazel had misplaced her tiara that she had hidden from John in her hotel room. So we searched and searched and searched, and finally I had to have a conversation and a heart-to-heart with her and say, does it really matter? Is that what's the most important thing, or is marrying John the most important thing today?
So that was a bit of a blow, really. And by 12:20 I was going in a complete flap.
And of course she agreed with marrying John was the most important thing today. So the tiara was left behind and she was all okay, all smiles and happy.
So it wasn't quite the sort of calm run up to the wedding that I was expecting this morning.
We were just saying the other night, imagine if we decided not to come.
Yeah, it would have been gutted, so
It would have been
it's a really good decision that we made to come, and they're really good friends, and we were delighted to see them married. It makes us feel special to be invited here.
As I'm speaking now, I'm looking at the Chrysler building, which is just the most beautiful building. As John says, I couldn't wish for anything nicer than this. I just feel quite emotional. I feel quite emotional.
We've reached another level. Yeah.
It's a new chapter. A new chapter.
We worked next door to each other when we were 14, didn't you?
Yeah, I was a butcher, she worked in Woolworths, and we just got on together from there. Used to watch Brighton play.
Together, get that one in.
Yeah, and it's just gone on from there.
But then we split up after 2 to 3 years, as you do.
And then my brother met her sister, and they got married. Had 3 children, and we've been together.
The last 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years we've been together. I split up with my wife, and because of our relationships, and a lot of the brothers and sisters, always been in contact with Sue, and well, we just ended up together.
And I decided I didn't want to lose him this time again, so I finished my marriage. Shock. Yeah. Yeah, I finished my marriage to be with Sparky, yeah.
Oh, well, on my part, it's an amazing relief.
Yeah.
I've waited 32 years. So when we did get back together, I was, well, really chuffed, really chuffed.
So we just moved in together. We didn't even go out together. We just moved in together. The same day we left each other, we just moved into house together, and it's been brilliant ever since. But yeah, always had feelings, even though we had other partners, and we've both been married before. It just, it's meant to be.
It's sounding too cheesy, you know, like, no, I want to spend the rest of my life together or something like that.
Having your name.
Yeah, and you know, having Sue as my wife, but, you know, I don't want to be too cheesy about it.
Well, right now, we're just about to get Sue ready for her big day. We have the hair and makeup crew upstairs preparing her. So she's gonna have her hair done first, and then afterwards we're gonna get her into her dress and then whisk her away to her ceremony.
Yes.
Time to celebrate.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm just chilling, waiting for my turn in the bathroom, and Sue's getting her hair done. Just walking around. We're trying to chill, but to be honest with you, I'm quite nervous. The tummy's really starting to go over now. Yeah, so another hour and that's it. Married man again.
Susan and Sparky, they're such a unique couple, what they wanted. They wanted something private, something simple, and just intimate for the two of them.
The thing I'm looking forward to most is actually the wedding ceremony. Yeah, I've been looking forward to it for ages.
As far as their ceremony, they wanted to have that New York moment and have the backdrop of the city. So we're going to be doing their ceremony in Central Park, and then afterwards we're going to do a photo tour with them around the park so they can get a great wedding album.
I'm thinking that it's going to be hot and crowded, and I'm sure I'm going to be really nervous as well.
They've been waiting 32 years for this moment, and we wanted to make it extra special for them.
Of course, the outfit is just a normal suit, but I have got like a cravat tie, something I've never worn before in my life. That's it. Oh, and a waistcoat. I've never wore a waistcoat before either, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too hot for everything there.
Oh. You clean up nice. Oh, it's fantastic. No bride is complete without her bouquet. And there you go.
Thank you very much.
Look at that.
Oh, matches.
You look perfect. And just make sure that when you're holding it, you hold it down this way. Show off that waist. Okay, I'm gonna open the door for you.
Dear me. That's very nice. I like it very much. Oh yeah, that's great.
Is that nice as well, is that all right?
Yeah. Really do look like a princess.
Oh my God, you have a New York moment. This is it. Look at this. All these people came to your wedding. We welcome everyone. All the New Yorkers that are here today have come together to witness the marriage of Sparky and Susan. You chose New York to be married because it's as unique as your leap year proposal. Marriage to you means a lifetime commitment to each other. It's an affirmation that you, Sparky, and you, Susan, have become a single entity, one in which the whole world can see and share in your joy. The words you use to describe your marriage, your relationship are fun, loving, compatible. Together you've built a bond, and with this you've achieved true comfort, support, and understanding in one another. Susan, you said that Sparky is always there for you, and you fancy him like mad. Are you ready to enter into this marriage believing the love you share and your faith in each other will endure all things? Susan, I choose you to be my wife.
Susan, I choose you to be my wife.
I promise freely.
I promise freely.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
You shall not walk alone.
You shall not walk alone.
My heart will be your shelter.
My heart will be your shelter.
My arms will be your home.
My arms will be your home.
And with this pledge.
I
promise to be. Devoted to you. To love you. Respect you. Through all the days of our lives. Susan, I give you this ring.
Susan, I'll give you this ring.
To wear upon your hand.
To wear upon your hand.
As a symbol of our unity.
As a symbol of our unity.
Love.
Love.
Respect and trust.
Respect and trust.
May this marriage be full of laughter. I can see that it is already. A seal of happiness here and hereafter. May this marriage be full of compassion, deep in trust, and rich in understanding. May you live forever in happiness, peace. Sparky and Susan, you've pledged your love and commitment to one another with the joining of hands and the exchanges of rings and vows right here on Bow Bridge in Central Park, which you created. So it is my great pleasure by the laws of the city of New York that I can pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations. Oh, that was sweet. We are in Central Park. Behind me, the Ladies Pavilion. You might have seen it in Sex of the City, the movie. It is a wonderful location to be married, and Corinna and Robert will be arriving momentarily, and we will be having their ceremony. We do section off this part of the park just for permit fees and licensing. It's included in every package, just so they don't have to worry about crowd control, if you know what I mean. But it is intimate, if you can see. It's just stunning, and they really love it. And the views of New York City with the buildings in the backdrop, it's just what we call Gotham magical. We become kind of attached to these wedding couples, and we're in constant contact, sometimes a year in advance. And one couple said to me, I want to say 2 years ago, I wish you were performing my ceremony. And I found out that being a civil servant of New York, I can legally do it. So now I feel like sometimes I get emotional too, because I'm a little bit of the sappy side. But it's so sweet because I have such a connection with them, and we tailor-make each ceremony, which you'll hear, based on what their desire is and whether they want it to be non-religious, more spiritual, fun New York, or what the meaning of marriage is for both of them. It just makes it much more personal. Please join hands. The pledges you will now repeat are a statement of your present intent and your future commitment to each other. Robert, repeat after me. Okay. The rings, I've got the ring. For thousands of years, lovers have exchanged rings. We have to make sure they have their rings. Okay, good. So they're doing the blessing. I love their reading. It's like one of my favorites. Tailor-made ceremony. Robert, you said Corinna is kind. You feel at ease when you're with her. Oh, it's so sweet. You can talk to her about anything. We tailor make each wedding, and this particular couple were interested in a horse-drawn carriage, which we offer, lunch or dinner at Tavern on the Green. They'll be having a stretch limousine pick them up at their hotel. Their guests are going to be making their own way to the park, so we've given them all directions. We'll meet them. It will be it's a splendid day in the city, and it will just be a magical wedding for them.
I'm feeling really, really nervous. Very excited as well.
I think it's wonderful. They're very, very well suited, and I know that they love each other to bits.
We went and had some breakfast in Central Park, just me and my sister, and then the hairdresser came at 10 o'clock and she took about an hour and a half to do my hair, and then my sister's done my nails, and then just getting dressed and getting ready. It's taken ages, really.
When I first heard the wedding was in New York, I was really happy because I thought that was where they got engaged, and it would be nice for them to come back, and it'd be nice for us to come because we've never been here, so it would be an all-round experience for everybody.
It's a bit surreal. I don't know, it's felt surreal for ages, but now we're here, it feels very real, and it's just nerve-wracking. My dress is from a wedding dress shop called White Lace and Promises in Weston, Supermare, and it's made by Romantica, I think. And it's just diamond white with little red flowers on it, and there's flowers on the back of it as well. We probably tried on about 50 wedding dresses previous to this, and every single one Mum says, oh, that's really nice. But when we put this one on, she cried, so I knew it had to be the right one.
So I've been fine all morning. The last hour is just, that's it. It started to the realisation of it all, I suppose.
Probably wonder what I'm going to look like. I don't know. He's probably nervous as well.
And I'm very, very happy for them. I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Some hiccups that go on before a wedding, but we always take care of them and make sure that the couples never know what's going on. So if it's the photographer running late or if it's the driver a little lost, we always make sure that they're ready with a plan B so we can go into action.
There's another wedding going on at Ladies Pavilion with 40 people at the moment that they say they have their permit for an hour and a half. It's under Carol Levin? Okay, thank you.
What'd she say?
Oh, no, that's fine, Claudia. Thank you.
Keep her on the phone.
Yeah. What area is my permit? Ladies Pavilion.
Carol Levin.
Yes.
Thank you. I believe she does.
A little drama here. The location's been double booked. It's a woman who used to use our room, and she has 40 people, and she doesn't want. Do they have it for an hour and a half?
They have it for an hour from 3 to 4, the McDonald party.
Oh, okay. So we have until 4, and then we can go in.
Yep. So as long as they have till 4, we can wait. Then we'll go in after.
What's her name?
It's under the McDonald party.
And what's the one?
From 3 to 4? For the 21st as well. And it's okay that there's 40 people?
Yeah, isn't that over?
Yeah. They're only supposed to be 20.
Okay, let's go. Can we talk to her? Can you stay on the phone? Here's what happened. We had a wedding booked by the City of New York Parks Department service for 3 p.m. And apparently this particular coordinator who doesn't work with us, is an independent coordinator, said she had a 3 p.m. wedding book.
We can tell them that they have to leave with the 20, they have to, 20 of them have to go. They're not supposed to have that many.
So we should go down and talk to her. I said, okay, all your people are here. My bride's just arriving. We'll stand aside. We'll let you have your Central Park moment. And apparently she didn't want to leave. Well, I talked to Claudia because she double booked it. She said you have it for an hour, but it's up to 20 people. I know you have 40. I'm cool with that, but I mean, work with us here, Carol. I mean, even if you went down there and I just did my ceremony, you know. I know, but you know, I would have done it before because I would have been quicker. I thought you were going to be quick. If you had told me, Gino, I'm going to be here for an hour and a half, I would have covered you. And what I found out was she actually had a 2:30 wedding booked when I called the Parks Department, and she was over her capacity, and just the fact that she didn't want to kind of work with us, for me, just made me really angry. And this is very key for brides. We get this all the time. When you're booking a wedding in New York, please make sure your wedding coordinator has an office in New York, like we do at the Empire State Building, because that coordinator, her office is out in Long Island. We have one out in New Jersey, not us, but I mean, they say they have a New York office, and they really don't. And I can guarantee you the bride wasn't late, the coordinator was.
You can't just say, let's get out.
Well, you used to say to my suite. I really just wanted to take that wedding coordinator who didn't work with us, who was late, and throw her into Central Park Lake, because she was absolutely out of order and rude to say, we're going to be here for an hour and a half, when you only have an hour slot and you're already a half hour late. We're ready, we're getting it.
So in the end, the bride had no idea what was going on. She was just too busy having fun in the limousine with her family and friends. It was just a worry-free day, and it just seems like it was so 5 minutes ago, the drama.
It all worked because you know what we do? They actually didn't have their wedding reception until 7 p.m. So they were planning to go back to the hotel to kind of cool out, and the bride wanted to change, so we had time. I think that the crowd was great. They had 20 guests with them. They were completely understand, but they weren't stressed. They didn't have anywhere they had to be, and I think that helped a lot. Wedding of Robert and Corinna. Marriage to you both is a declaration of your love and commitment right here to one another. You met at work 3 years ago, and Robert proposed to Corinna in 2005 in New York City on New Year's Eve. So what a better way to express your love and make your lifetime commitment right here in the city you love, New York. The words you use to best describe your relationship are unconditional love, complimentary, fun, and trusting, with your greatest strengths being sharing the same dreams and aspirations. Can I ask you both to face each other, please? Robert, you said that Corinna is kind. You feel at ease when you're with her. You're able to talk to her about anything. Corinna is supportive of everything you do and is able to read your feelings without you having to say anything. Above all, you love her with all your heart. Are you ready to enter into this marriage, believing the love you share and your faith in each other will endure all things?
I am.
Corinna, you said that Robert is kind and always thinking of others. He makes you laugh, and he would do anything to make you happy. You admire his desire to do well at everything he does, and you couldn't live without him, as he is the most important part of your life. Are you ready to enter into this marriage, believing the love you share and your faith in each other will endure all things? The pledges you will now repeat are a statement of your present intent and your future commitment to one another. Robert, you can gaze into Corinna's beautiful eyes. I promise to go slowly.
The setting was lovely. I hadn't actually been across. I'd been in Central Park, but I hadn't walked over, and then when we got there and across the lake, it was just beautiful.
Corinna, can you repeat after me? Robert, I choose freely and joyfully.
Robert, I choose freely and joyfully.
To join with you.
To join with you.
As your lifelong partner.
As your lifelong partner.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
You shall not walk alone.
You shall not walk alone.
My heart will be your shelter.
My heart will be your shelter.
My arms will be your home.
My arms will be your home.
And with this pledge.
And with this pledge.
I promise to be.
I promise to be.
I know I'm crying too.
I don't think I could have described a more perfect couple than Rob and Corinna. They really were made for one another. Obviously, from a father's perspective, just to see your son happy, it's a marvellous feeling. Absolutely marvellous.
Today's the day you'll always remember. It's the greatest in anyone's life. You'll start the day off just two people in love, and you'll end as husband and wife. It's a brand new beginning, the start of a journey with moments to cherish and treasure. And although there'll be times when you both disagree, these will surely be outweighed by pleasure. You'll have heard many words of advice in the past when the secrets of marriage were spoken. But now you know that the answers lie hidden inside where the bonds of true love lie unbroken. So live happy forever as lovers and friends. It's the dawn of a new life for you as you stand here together with love in your eyes from the moment you whisper, I do. With luck, all your hopes and dreams can be real. May success find its way into your heart. Tomorrow can bring you the greatest of joys, but today is where it all starts. For thousands of years, lovers have exchanged rings as a token of their vows. These rings are so significant because they mean that love has a substance as well as a soul, a presence as well as a past, and despite the occasional sorrow, love is a circle of happiness, wonder, and delight. Robert, can I ask you to place Corinna's ring on her finger and repeat after me? Corinna, I give you this ring.
Corinna, I give you this ring.
To wear upon your hand.
To wear upon your hand.
As a symbol of our unity.
As a symbol of our unity.
Love.
Love.
Respect and trust.
Respect and trust.
I wasn't expecting them to get married in New York when they said they'd got engaged. They got engaged in New York, so I wasn't expecting them to get married. I assumed they would get married at home. But then first of all, there was a lot of, oh, it's so much fuss to get married, and then Rob said, oh, I'm just going to Las Vegas. And Corinna said, I don't want to get married in Las Vegas.
I'm not what you would describe as a great traveller. And they've coaxed me out of my shell, and I'm very, very glad that they did so. I've had a fantastic time here, and up to now the wedding day has really just been the culmination of a gradual build-up, and the choice has been absolutely perfect.
May this marriage be full of laughter. I can see that it is. May it be rich in trust and deep in understanding. May you live forever in health, harmony, peace, and happiness. Robert and Corinna, you have pledged your love and commitment. You have all these wonderful people here to support you. So it is my great pleasure, by the powers invested in me, by the state of New York and the city of New York, to pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss.
Just